Come on, come on. All right. There we go. There it is. It's up. Okay. Now let's see if the chat. I'm going to actually first turn the service off and then on. And auto find live sources. Okay. Live. Activate source. Video ID. I need the video ID because it doesn't find my chat. Just doesn't have it. Why not? Signed in. Enter video ID. Damn it. It's public. All I got is the URL. I don't know ID yet. Maybe it's the title? Hmm. Why not? Thought I'd have it. Well, whatever. I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, good enough. I'm set up as I can be. I don't truly need to see YouTube. I like my OBS to be seen. I'm on hitting because I'm not playing GS Pro yet. Both cameras are working. Yes, they are. Need to color coordinate them a little better, but for now I've got it about as good as I can get it. That's why I need YouTube up over here. I can see YouTube chat on my laptop, but I don't have it on my secondary screen, which is here on my deal. That's where I have my chat at. That little white box on the screen is the chat. Yeah, all right, good enough. A lot of little chips, 30, 40 yards just to get my body warm, muscles start moving, start feeling. warming up my back, popping ribs. Get my twist, and I work up to bigger hits. Now, I remember yesterday I was talking about how I brought my right shoulder more over the ball, twisted here, and came back through. Because a lot of times I'd be like pulling back and out. So I was saying that felt pretty good, and I need to try to incorporate that even with these short shots. Unfortunately, I've got my swing dialed for my distances, and I'm like, now I'm gonna change it. But that's for the better. It's for the better. I'm telling myself that. It's for the better. More consistent. And it's not much of a change. I'm making that change right now, staying over it, twisting over it, as if I'm pivoting this shoulder right over the top of the ball instead of pulling back and keeping this like in front of the ball and just stopping here. I'm now like over the top of it. It's not much of a change. It's just a change. Another thing I was looking at was Rory McIlroy's beautiful, gorgeous swing compared to mine. I've always thought I've enjoyed my swing, and many people tell me they do. I love to watch it. But I was just watching Rory's, and he didn't move much. I mean, my swing, I've watched a couple replays, and my swing, I'm just like, getting all over, twisted up, reaching high, and going. And Rory's just like very precise, doesn't move a millimeter more than he has to. Boom. And I'm all out here, and he's just like, and it's crazy different. Crazy. I would love to get that beautiful swing. One day. I'll keep working on it. See, that's an easy 50 yards. And that's with the shoulder rotation of the ball compared to what it was, which was like pulled back and sucked in. So I'm doing a swing like this. And so basically I'd be pulling the club inside too much. So with my shoulder coming over the top of that ball, with the mindset of over that ball, this club is staying a lot further out rather than back here. A little bit of compression on that too. Hit a few more of those. That was pretty nice. I like to compress. Little left. Go back up to 50 yards. 50-yard carry. So that change added a little bit of extra distance. Miss it. Tried to take a little off, and it just ruined my tempo. There we go. chunked it. Pretty good with that. Okay, it's about as far as I can get without hinging my hands. They're starting to break up and open, where I'm just taking them here to here. So I'm leaving them fairly straight as I come through. They prorate them, or whatever the word is. Supinate, push them through a little bit, but it's not the hinge yet. Or about 60 yards is where I start. Now I'll give it just a little bit of hand flick as I start to, it's not even a flick, but it's the weight change for picking the club. You can feel the weight balance, and it's when you start getting that balance change on the club. $61. Just like that. Balance change. What did I do? I think I started my downswing before I finished. So here in the Hardy, trying to come back down. Okay. You gotta think like Ben Corperson, the pause king, and give a little pause. I rushed that one. It was not a pause. I had that little bit of pause I wanted. Just enough for my body to settle. So I had the pause, but I still got quick. Sorry, body's starting to warm up. How did I get 72 yards with a half swing? Okay, 5/8 swing. There's a 60. Question is, how did I get that 72 yards? That was crazy. Just a little bit quick. So it's there. It's doable. When I get quick, when I get quick, I pull forward with my hands instead of like getting here and make a connection in. Beauty. Yeah. All right, I'm set for par threes. Getting some yardage dialed in. All right, let's do 80. Go 10 yards. Go up to 80. A lot of that got pulled over. If I left it open, the distance would have been less. I'm a little scared of hitting it far again. Just so you know, I hit it basically 10 yards short. Get in there. All right. Keep dialing it in. I like it that's straight. It's close. Getting real close. I had too many swing thoughts, and the swing fell apart. Can't believe how hard it is to hold a good swing together. Give my back a break. Being bent over every time. Boop, boop. That's where I need questions. Hey, Willie, how long you been golfing? Oh, about 3 decades. What's your handicap? Well, it's 4.5 right now. What's your handicap on the video game? I think it's about a positive 3 or 4. I'm trying that. Trying too much on the top of my backswing. Trying to force that shallowness. Well, that's where Bryson DeChambeau said, don't try to force this. Because then it's like I'm fighting which way am I going to force it this way, or force it this way, or I want to flop it and catch it. He says, don't. He says, just bring your hands down and then through. And it's pull through with your lead shoulder. Pull through the ball. Don't try and fit into the ball. Yeah, that was pretty. Man, that is such a different mindset and attack of the ball. Because I'm always gaining speed. I'm starting to gain. And it's like somebody's holding your club here and you're like dragging it down. You're going, you're getting more fast and you let go. And that's different to where it's just like, nah, lower your hands and then start that idea. But then it's like, why would I go all the way up just to lower my hands back down? It's working though. It's working real nice. Actually straightening out and the distance is more consistent. Alright, well, you know, hey. Bryson DeChambeau was #1 in the world for a moment. For a reason. Alright, a couple full swings. 100%. Theoretically, should go 95 to 100. Or we can go 107. That's fine too. See, I didn't bring my hands down before I started my full power band. And I lost 7 yards. That was a little straighter, but I need to keep playing with that. Hands down. Okay, hands down. Pull through. still 100 yards. Got 4 yards left. On a 100 yarder, that should be 1 yard or less. But it's a much easier 100 yards rather than my swing of muscle in it. I like it. I like a easy distance. Swing will be better, body will last longer. That was the same idea, but I lost all my yardage. Spin wasn't even that great. It's only 7,000. 4 yards offline. I don't know. Different. They have a blade. 8 yards left. But there's 108 yards long. All right. There it is. Total spin's only 66. A little bit of a heel, but pretty damn well straight like a laser. Oh well, good enough. I'm gonna go 9-iron. Boom, boom. Oh, you know what? This screen's been too high the whole time. Fixing. There we go. Yeah. Better? Yeah, that's better. Now, the next question would be, if I wanted a third camera, which I got a little webcam, where would I put it? So I've already got the look behind, I've got the look in front. I don't want to try to put one in front of me looking down. Then you'd see like the rest of everything else. And then you'd see the other camera. I'd probably pass on that. Alright, 9-iron. Let's get a 155 carry. Yeah. That didn't happen. There it is. Mostly straight. 158 carry. Now that rollout, the total distance, I don't think is correct. Just the settings on the launch monitor. I'm like, a 9-iron getting 13 yards of rollout? Nah. It's gonna hit, it's gonna stop. So it'll probably be like between 160, 165 finish. Because the 9-iron's just, you see the flight in the center? This flight here. You're not gonna get, it's gonna hit and stop, not do this bump and run some more. So, it's not an issue. And just to be aware of like, oh, I had a 9-iron 170. Your partner's on the course be like, oh, shut up. And then you do it. Then they'll have to shut up, but when you tell them 170, it's like 155 and it stops at 160. I'm like, bro, that is not 170. Oh man, it was cold out. I felt the wind happen. I'm like, no. I can hit 155.9. Maybe 160. Boom. Yeah, that's exactly what I said I could do. I even hit it off center a little bit. Everything else, though, is good. Try a little bit more of the hand drop. I know my swing is incredibly fast, so I'm going to try to do more of a hand drop. So that means I got to slow it down, get my hands down, like Bryson had said. Okay. The only thing that's not happening, so I know I got my hands down better. Hit it more center, hold it, but I'm not getting hip rotation. Where get here, I bring my hands down here, and it's like this is my hip rotation. And I feel like I need to be a lot more, or explode into the ball. Because if I'm here, I'm just striking into it. But if I pull, I'm like pulling through it. So now I got two swing thoughts. Bring hands down, turn through. Okay, I hit the mat. You can see I hit behind the ball. The club is there on the ground behind the ball. You guys can see on your screen that the mat's moving here. So I hit behind the ball. Took some yardage, but it was only 2.5 yards left. So I just gotta swing forward of the ball. Felt a little better. Good distance, center shot, 155. But it's, I don't know, it's still my swing, but it's a little different. I'm going to try a little bit more weight shift. I'm getting here, hands down twist, also in, like putting weight onto the outside edge of my foot to get in here. It's almost want to pick my heel up. Well, that feels real nice. That went real nice. Okay. All right, next club. Upside down 9. Okay, I see it in the camera, but I can't see the number because I'm too far away from the screen. Anyways, 6-iron. Objective. What do we want? Well, I gotta remember my shots. So my 6-iron is dropping like 195. Rolling out to a good. Okay, so it's dropping 195 to 200. And then it will roll out 205 to 215, depending if it hits green or not. But I have mishits. I have inconsistencies in this swing because it's one of my longer clubs, believe it or not. 6-iron, that's a long club. Because my only other iron is a 5. That's longer. Only the other longer iron is my 5. I don't carry a 4 or a 3. And it just serves me just fine. So what I do carry is a 7-wood, 3-wood driver. So my 5 will drop about 210 to roll out about 230. And then my 7-wood will drop 230. It can drop anywhere from 230 to 250 and roll to, like say 230 will drop and roll to about 240. And then if I hit it really sweet, drop at 250, it'll still roll out to about 260. So my spacing on all my clubs is good. I'm not worried about having a 4 iron or a 3 iron because that 7 wood really does me well. It's easier to swing. And of course, my 3 wood will drop 260, roll out 280, and then my driver, of course, is dropping 280, 290, rolling 3 to 310. So I'm set. Why did I explain all that? I don't know. Probably just to keep the conversation going with myself. Maybe one day I could talk to people. So I carry more irons, or more clubs, not even irons per se, but they are the irons. But I carry more clubs for 120 and in than I do for the rest of the course. Actually, that's about even. So if you count the putter for as a club, so you got putter, I've got a 60, the hell of that, 60, 56, 52. I have an approach and I have a pitching. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wedges and a putter. So I got 5 clubs. For, let's say the pitching wedge is 145. So 145 and closer, I have 5 clubs. And then I guess 145 and above, you got the 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay, interesting. I guess the proportion, the amount of distance that you cover, I have a lot more clubs for the 120 compared to 120 to 320. So I cover 200 yards with like 6 clubs, and then I cover 120 yards with 5 clubs. That's the difference. All right, 6 iron. We're coming back around. 6 iron. It goes straight. Drops right around a 200. I haven't used it much, so it's just like refreshing to just come back around and hit it. Probably have a couple misses. I'll have to work on a couple of things, and then it's going to tune in. And then I can move on. I keep it on the back of my stance, center stance and back, just because it helps with the pressure coming forward and down and in. I don't like to start putting it forward because then it's more like a wood swing, and it's still an iron. So I want to keep my iron plays the same. So my 60, most of my wedges are off my back heel, and this one, the 5 and the 6 will be just inside of this. It'll be to the trail side of center line. So it's almost center, just inside of center. Pushed. It's okay. Like I said, gonna have some miss. I actually hit fairly center face of the club. And there's my 195 with a push. Now, if I hit that straight, that probably would have been 200. Just because it was a good hit. Center club. What do I think now about the swing? How do I straighten that out? I think, again, my damn hands got quick. Even though I brought them down, and it's like I get here and I was like, super fast. And I need to keep that timing there because I need to get here and I need to make sure to close. Because when I'm pushing, my hands are out in front. And you can watch the video. That's where my hands are slightly out in front. So the club is a little bit open. It's open here, but it says it here. And then the club was level coming through the ball. My loft, my launch angle, backspin, attack angle of the club coming in is at 5 degrees down. But all that turned out to have a little bit of a fade. The flight is just fine. So basically, and my swing path is 5 degrees in to out. 5 degrees over here, coming through, 5 degrees coming out, give or take. So my launch direction is 2.5 degrees to the right. So it stayed 2.5 degrees, extended out over 220 yards, 215 yards, excuse me. That 2.5 degrees is that far. With a little bit of side spin, it fades out. With a launch angle a little bit to the right, and then it fades out. If anything, I need to have a launch angle a little bit to the left for it to fade back center. But that's not my swing style. My swing is actually push it out to the right and draw it back in. So I need more of that draw. So in order to get that draw to come back in, I need to push through the ball and swing that path, or have my club give the ball the path it needs. So if I'm coming straight through, that ball's going to want to jolt out straight, left, or right. But if I'm pushing and sort of giving a scoop and throwing it out and telling it to come back in, I'm going to have to spin it back in. Be a nice draw. And you got to do that with your club. Let me do that. Let me see if you can do that. A little bit of a miss hit. Come on, back left. Okay, so that stayed straight. I lost my compression. I lost 15 yards. It's okay. I was trying to give it that scoop, and I lost my compression. Just swung hard trying to make it happen. Forget that one ever happened. Well, now I just ruined my swing. Alright, well, now I need to go back to my regular swing because I don't want my body to get comfortable with this. You know, that. Maybe I could have to tell myself I don't have it in the arsenal anymore to hook and or draw like I used to. These go long and they go straight. Probably part of the cavity back club or the iron. Maybe one of these days I should try an actual blade. Okay. I tried to get that to draw, just couldn't do it. Distance is there. The compression would have felt pretty good. Just getting it open. As I'm trying to come through, it's the idea of like outside to inside to come through and spin around and turn that ball. I get through and I'm just coming through straight. All right. So I'm going to move the ball a little bit more center. Get out of that compression down into it and get more of a sweep to try to give it a draw. I had the tiniest bit of... Okay, I had 0. It went laser straight. Launch direction is 1 degree out, but it did not deviate from that. So it had this minuscule amount of drop. Minuscule. Anyways, that's my 6 iron. Yeah, there's a side spin. 109 rotations per minute. So it's up in the air. It's just like, give me 60 seconds. I'm going to turn 100 times. So it's just barely turning as it hits 200 yards. There's so many ways to get a different flight or a different curve on that. So I could stand up higher and just come in and sort of pull around. I'm trying to like push around and like trying to still drive it out with a turn, and that's hard to do. Or if I feel if I stand up a little taller and come through, it's going to want to do it a little bit different. I'll give it a shot just so I can know for myself. A little taller up. Pushed it right, hit good center, good distance, just out. Well, let's see, face angle's 4 degrees open. That's where I like my hands so far forward because it closes it down. And so closing it down will take a little bit of that fade out. Where if my club is open but closed, now it's not so far wide open. I need to see the mat so you guys can see. I'll talk about my club. Okay. Need to go a little more. There we go. And maybe I just add one more camera and turn the laptop camera off. That could be done too, because that works just barely. All right. 1 or 2 more hits trying to get a draw. Just push. I'm trying to stay over it and not fall back. And so that was a little tough on me. All right. More of a normal stance. Close my foot a little bit. Man, I'm smoking it with distance. And I'm trying so hard, and it feels like I'm just pushing it more right as I'm trying to pull it left. All right. I've been trying to stay it out and bring it in. I'm going to bring it in and keep it in and see what happens if I can keep it that way. It's just harder to hit because everything's so close to my body. Yeah, I lost like 15 yards with that one. I'll try another. Same idea. Slightly further away from my body, though. Alright, does that... Yeah, it's not really It's more like a pull rather than a draw. Okay, that's close, though. I think I can work with that. I give up. It's too nice to fuck with. Excuse the language. Just too nice. Okay, so yesterday I had some issues with my 3-wood. My brother-in-law texted me. He likes to give me a bunch of stuff. Yeah. So anyways, my 3-wood was not kind yesterday. I had a lot of push fades like I've been doing with this 6 iron. So I want to fix that. And I think it's the same idea. My hand's just getting so far out in the head, I can't shut it down because my body's still back here, and so I'm just pushing it open. So I need to get my body to turn and close it up while my hands are still in front of me. So I'm getting here and I need to get turned. Oh, that feels like a beautiful spot to be in. Huh? Let's go. No. I try to get my hands down. Man, that was so bad. Let's just not talk about that one. It's too bad to even try to understand. Any thoughts? And if somebody was there, they'd be like, "Oh, hey, no, Will, I think you did this or that." Oh, all right, yeah. Let me see if I can straighten that out. So again, what I thought would happen is I actually felt that club get above me and like sort of bounce. And so I want to shorten up my backswing and just gain more control. I don't think I'll lose the distance because actually that was a little short. I should carry another 10 yards. Oh, I did not. I did read that one. Okay, so I'm not going to complain. That one was better. Look at it. Actually, like faded a little bit back in center. If the hole was 271 yards out, I could have well just eagled it. Okay, interesting. Look at this. I was 6 degrees closed. What was my in to out? I was basically almost 2 degrees is all. And so as I'm coming through, it looks a little bit like this. And I get the flight path, it's fairly straight. It only came offline by about a yard or two and faded back in with a 6 degree closed face. That is interesting. Flight pattern is a bit of a balloon where it rises up. Instead of take off in a straight shot and carry, I think I've lost a few yards with the balloon up and drop it down. It's still very good. Full spin's only 3,000. I don't know. Maybe that's my max distance with the 3. All the pros carry their 3 like 260. I'm like 10 yards back. What the chuck? Well, there we go. The other thing too that I've recently been playing with is lowering my backswing, so I'm more horizontal as I come back and I turn here instead of having like my irons, my wedges, where I come up and I get up above to turn and come down, where my woods is more of a sweep motion instead of an attack down motion. And so by staying in that sweep motion, there's less vertical travel of that club head, where I'll do a swing to show the distance or the difference. So if I keep it more straight, that club head is like head high, maybe just above my head. Where on my irons and on an iron swing, I'll get it way above my head. So it's a difference from being here to being here. And so I don't have that extra bit of travel to start the downswing. And that gave me the yardage I was looking for. That's a 280 yard, give or take, 3-wood. More of a horizontal, easy, like turn, don't try so hard, get it here, you're good. Get here, hands down and turn in. Schmiggity, schmack. Don't talk back. All right, give that a play. Oh, baby. Oops, I did it again. Yeah, yesterday I couldn't hit this thing straight. Now I cannot even. Woo! I'm not going to go for more. I don't need to. There's that 4.4 degrees closed. And I've got an end out. How am I getting fade? Okay. So the fade, so the ball has to turn this way. I'm using a club, it's a little thicker. So the ball has to have a direction of travel this way to fade. And so what's happening is I'm putting that turn on it by closing the head down. And so it's putting a downward, what's a downward action? Now it doesn't, this one would sort of show it if it adjusted like this. This one will show you the angles of your face. This just gives you your different dynamics off and launching. But what's happening is I'm getting this turn, that ball to turn this way because the driver head or the 3-wood head has closed down and actually put a forward spin just enough to give it, it's a forward roll, but it's also a slight, it's not a very straightforward roll. It's like a forward roll this way, which turns that ball. And that's where that's coming from. It's working out great. I ain't complaining. I'm just understanding. Again, how would I get a draw? So the problem is the draw. I can't at this moment. So if I enact that out and I'm here, I come down. So I'm getting here and I turn it just a little bit down. In order to draw that, if I have that ultimate a little bit down, I have to be like hitting through it into this. Son of a gun, how did I do that? The same idea, because I'm like, it's over the top of the ball. I need, that's tough. Huh. I'd have to change the swing plane in my arms and everything. Little push, I'm okay with that. 12 yards, it's okay. That'd be fairway all day long. I don't think I'm going to ever find 300 with this thing, but come on, that's what a driver's for. All right. You know I want 300 with this thing, right? Who wouldn't? There's a couple more yards. Also, a couple more yards to the right. I think if I straighten that out, let's look at the face angle. Slightly open. Swing path is now 3.5, where before is like 1.5. If I close that up, that might be there, or at least into the 290s. So I closed it up a lot. That's what I was really trying for, but I lost a lot of distance. Because I was trying so hard to close it. All right, we'll do a couple more like that, though. Now lighten up my idea of closing it and regular swing. Nothing really wrong with that. Other than I had, 10 to 15 more yards. Face was basically almost square, half a degree closed. All right. Only thing I know is to do is just shorten the backswing, and also, as I get here, I need to be able to turn my hips and just unleash. That definitely got my hips in it. Center hit. It's just open. But I hit that center of the face. That was great. I need to close that up. Okay. So it was good. Get here. Close up. I need to make sure when I touch or go for my hip turn that I'm not like hip turning and pushing back or hip turning and pushing forward to open that up. I need to hip turn and stay like back, like stay on that center line. I need to do everything with my hips on one single plane. Like I don't want to move or push back or forward. I need like one center point and turn all the way through. Okay, I felt it drop in behind me, and I couldn't eject it from the top of the backswing and get it back around in time, so then it whipped. Face angle is only 2.5. Closed? Interesting. But again, that's like a pull. It's not even a draw. It's more like a hook where it just took off in that direction. It's like a straight shot almost. That's crazy. So this is the issue with the 3-wood that I've been having. It's brand new to me. I've had it for a month. Haven't had the time to put the love and care into it. I can hit it. I can hit it good. Just need to do it all the time. Okay, a couple more. I need to get the right hit turn where I'm getting here. Boom. But it's just like, let all my muscle loose. And it's like, now I'm like, I feel like I'm overturned on my hip. Where it's like, okay, hold on, let me get unstuck and then start my turn. Yeah, I got a lot of work to do on how to properly hit my hips or make my hips turn, incorporate my hips into my swing, believe it or not. Okay, here, get here. So it's, when I do that, I just turn my hips, man, it brings everything into alignment. And it's like trying to trust my hips to get me here. Ugh. Okay, 3 degrees closed, a little bit of a blade. That was better. I stayed on my hips, through the rotation on my hips. I just bladed it and didn't have the right swing momentum through the entirety of my swing because I'm playing on my hips. But I liked it. I think that's the swing. And I just need to get everything to work together. So let's get here. And then it's just like turn. Well, that was a pivot push. You need to like get here. Ugh. Better. Better. Okay, 3 degrees open, and it did not go as far out to the right as many others. So that was a much better hit. Okay. Now I'm like trying to incorporate everything. Hip turn. So if I do a hip turn like that, push me forward. I need a hip turn and keep body weight. I know I've been fighting trying to keep back, but I gotta stay here. I don't want to be thrown forward. When I get here, thrown in. Okay, 8.5 yards left. Only 260. Launched some yardage. Healed it. Face open. The timing was just off because I'm working on it. It's not bad though. Okay. Talk to me, goose. Center hit, face closed, out there 260, 270. Cry me a damn river. Damn, Willie. I know, but I want to see it hit 300. I'll give it one. So I felt my hips turn, but then they stopped. What does that feel? I'm getting here, I'm like, ugh! It's not a turn, it's just like push into each other, and instead of getting that full turn, I'm gonna do that. Boom. Hey. Interesting. Fun. I'm gonna do that a little bit. So I felt like a way of trying to turn into the hips brought me around. I need to get here and turn the hips. I almost want to turn the hips through and around, like extend through. It's all about timing. It's simple changes. That club's gonna have to stay behind and low, and then turn. Oh, bouncy. Got whippy. I mean, all these bad hits are straight away 260. Oh, God. That was a good hit. And I put everything I had in that. Going 280. Well, for now, I think that's 280's it. I need to break into 290s, but I don't need to. I just want to. It's okay. Get fast. I'm trying to get that club head to come through faster. And so I'm trying to get low and like move my shoulder instead of trying to stay square or whatever you hear. I'm trying to pull that shoulder through to gain some extra distance. So much fun. I like that one though. I realized when I said pulling the shoulder through, I'm trying to just rotate shoulder. But the club head's all the way down there. And so if I just rotate shoulder, it's not doing much. But if I pull shoulder through this way with hand, so instead of just like pull shoulder, but now it's like, instead of a different axis, just instead of here, rolled up, it's here. Okay. I can get a little bit. Just gonna take a little bit to do. Time it out, make the corrections, get the feel. Let me open up my stance a little bit. Just not gonna do it. That one felt wonderful, by the way. Right at that point of impact, I think I lost a couple yards on something. Just don't know what it is, and it's so hard to tell. It's like getting here, starting and pull, and then it's like get here, then pull again. It's like, is it the hip and trying to get here to get that going? Get here, bring arms down, turn here, and then go. It's like it needs to be arm and that at the same time. Well, the good news is through all of this, I'm dialing in my 3-wood. Okay, I'm going to say that 3-wood is dialed in. I'm going to try to hit down on this one a little bit instead of sweeping it, just for fun. Still about the same. I just mishit it. The more of a heel of the golf ball getting hit was me trying to just stay down onto it. So I extended out a little further to hit into it. Okay, I'm good with that. I've hit that so much, I don't care for my driver right now, but nobody almost clicks through anything for short distances. I did notice, whether it's bots or maybe actually somebody clicking it, I had like 10 views. People will come and watch the VOD after on Twitch, since this is my first YouTube stream. But on Twitch, there's, I don't know, I had like 10, 12 people actually click it. So it could have been bots, or it could have been people. So if you're watching this, hello to you. Thanks for watching. Nice wide stance. All gonna get smoked. That was not smoked. If it was smoked, it was the wrong smoke. That was bad. It's okay. We take a nearly straight 300. And we'll take a nearly straight 301. Couple more and I'm done. Getting tired. Poking 300s. Yesterday I did have some 315s. It's okay, I went to the gym this morning. Club head speed's 112, so I'm usually swinging 115. So I'm a little bit off on something. So I got 3 miles an hour more, but actually went shorter. Straight as an arrow, by the way. There's always room for improvement, but there's always a lot more room for reliability and accuracy. So when I say improvement, I mean distance. Yeah, that one ballooned up a little bit. Well, I think I'm good. Poking out there 300, straight as an arrow. Poking 300s. Not really anything to go home and cry about. So yeah, I am done for the day. Hope you all can enjoy my ramblings, my enjoyment. So anyways, see you next time. Peace.